Hey, you guys, and welcome to part two of my 2025 book haul, and in the end, because that's all it's going to be. So these books are pre-orders, books from Amazon. Um, I got some from Ollie's. I got some from Goodwill. Some one or two were given to me, and then some for my birthday and stuff like that. So that's where all these books are going to come from. I forgot what I was about to say, so let's just go on to the haul. The first book I have to share you is Aragon by Christopher Polanyi, and I'm so excited. This was like $9.99 at Ollie's, and I just happened to like see it because it was kind of out of a way, and it was like the only copy left in the store. And I'm so excited because I was eyeing it. But I'm so excited. Excuse me. How many times can I say excited? I'm excited. I was just really excited to find it. I am disappointed in myself though because this year the box set had went down to like a low around the holiday kind of level, and I should have bought it because my mismatched copies sometimes irritate me and I want to get it, but I put it on my Christmas list. No one bought it, but I got like gift cards and money, and then I went to go get it and I was like, ugh, it went up. So maybe I'll wait and see because it's not like I can still reread it. I believe I'm not sure if I still have Aragon though. I have this edition, but I'm not sure if I still have the random paperback I had got to replace the hardcover I didn't have. So we're gonna see how that goes. It's not high on my priority right now, so I'm not worried about it. And then I have Percy Jackson and the Greek God by Rick Riordan, the illustrated edition, and then I got The Winter's Kiss by Marie Rakowski. This is I want to say this is the third book. Or was it the second book in the Winter's Curse trilogy? No clue. I just know I was missing one, and this is the one, and I finally found it. One I found at Second and Charles last year, and this one I got off of eBay this year, I believe. So there is that. I miss eBay sometimes, but they don't be as good as they used to back in the day. But The Winter's Curse follows this girl. She's a general's daughter, I believe, and she's like grown up into this world of like privilege. And she likes this boy who's like poor and they can't be together, but then she does something to bind them together, but it's still like not warranted. And then they have to do something. So we'll see. It took me a long time to get that, so hopefully now I'll finally read it. And then we have A Story to Tell because I got Dark Triumph by Robin Lefevers. This was the second book, I think. Yeah, so this is the second book. The other one was the third book. I just, I'm trying to buy the missing books in the trilogies that I have so I can, binge read them. This one, what happened was I bought this off of Amazon, okay? And it was hardcover. It said hardcover, but so in on Amazon, when you're buying used, they can write like little stuff in it, and I wasn't paying attention to that. I mean, usually I do, but it said like news. I wasn't worried about it. And then like I went to go complain because obviously this isn't a like new hardcover. I mean, and all that jazz. It's a ARC edition. And then I went back and I read it and it was like, oh yeah, this isn't art, blah, 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 blah. They just did that. And I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it. Whatever. It was kind of my fault for apparently not paying more attention. I probably could have gotten Amazon to side with me because they definitely shouldn't have put it in the hardcover. They should have put it in paperback, but whatever. And then I just went ahead. I saw this, I want to say on eBay for less money, and went ahead and got it. Oh no, I think it was on Amazon. I think I still got it on Amazon. So whatever. That book too. This one follows this girl and she is escaping an arranged marriage and she decides to go into this nunnery. And that's all that I remember about the series. But I know it gets like assassinations and all that jazz. So I'm very excited. Then the next book I got was The Suffering by Ren Chupico. I love The Girl from the Well, which is the first book. Apparently, then this one came out a few years later, and I had kind of put off buying it. And then now they have hardcovers now. At least I have the hardcover and not the softcover. They match that way. They're tall enough. But this is why I have this thing now of just buying the series as they come out, especially if I think I'm gonna like it, because I'm just like trying to hunt it down later just irritates me. And this is doesn't have a dust jacket because it's a library edition of like a hardcover. So, but I'm excited to read it. I'm about to reread the first one and then get to this one. And this one follows this ghost, and she is like an advocate for murdered children. She'll go free murdered children's souls and then kill the person responsible. And then she runs into this boy who like is like kind of malevolent, like really evil, like spirit kind of thing, but she feels like he just needs to be helped, and a lot of things go down from what I can remember. And I really loved it. Like I read it like in one sitting. So I'm very excited to read this one and see how it goes. And then the next book I got was Extras by Scott Westerfield. Technically own this one in hardcover. Probably gonna unhaul it now, but I have the rest of them in paperback, so I just wanted to get it. And this is where I messed up because I downloaded Pango Books finally and decided to use it, and that just opened up a whole new gateway. Okay, because it's like how eBay kind of used to be, in the sense where the books were kind of more reasonable, not just reasonable price, but they didn't use stock photos as much back then. People would take a picture of the book so you could see everything with it. And that's what I like, because I want to buy a certain edition. I wanted to buy this certain cover, not any of the other ones, because they have changed it. This is the one I wanted to match the covers that I have, and I love that. And now I'm on Pango Books just looking all the time. It's a crying shame, really. Haven't bought as much, but bought a few. I did buy this one as well because I wanted this specific cover. This is King's Rising by C.S. Becat. This is the third book in the Captive Prince trilogy. It's just like a little darker romance. So there was that. And then I got Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I got this one from Marshall's, actually, which was weird, which is why I bought it, because I was like, it was like $13, and I was like, hopefully I like the Fourth Wing, or at least enough. I feel like I will like it enough to at least want to continue with the books. So now is a good time just to go ahead and pick up this one, because I've had such polarizing, like, so the person who gave me Fourth Wing didn't like it. One of my other friends I've known forever doesn't like it. She's reading it right now. Some other friends are like, it was good, yeah. And then some people are like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever, blah blah blah. So I'm very interested where I'm going to land on this, because there's like a lot of different people's opinions, but you know whose opinion I trust the most? Me. So we're gonna see. And then the next books I got were also from Ollie's. They were $6.99, y'all. It's the interactive editions. Again, I love these editions. It's the Adventures of Pinocchio and the Wonderful Wizard of Oz in this box set. I was so excited to get it. Lovely. And then the next books I got were from Goodwill, and these ones are by Ivy Smolik, and they're just like romance novels. I got the first 3. I don't know if there's more in the Hunted series right here. I want to say, I feel like these ones do follow like all one character. Yeah, and then it's a trilogy, and they might have more in the series that follows different people. And it follows this girl who kind of falls like for her college professor, I want to say. So I think it's college. I believe so. Yes, it is. So I'm looking forward to that. And then there was another one, Swallow Me Whole, Friends to Lover Romance. And then we got this one, the Magician's Elephant by Kate DiCamillo. And this one follows this orphan boy, and he just has one question to ask of this fortune teller's market. Does his sister still live? And if so, how can he find her? And the fortune teller's answer is an elephant. An elephant will lead him there. So that seems nice, cute, short, hopefully. Little middle grade-y. I really love middle grade. I feel like they always have like lessons written in a very mature way. And then another stack of books. This one I got from Ollie's, and it is called Don't Cry For Me by Daniel Black. And this is a book told through letters by this black man to his gay son. And they haven't spoken in years, ever since his son came out. And he kind of just, I guess, writes him like, he just wants to tell his story, I guess, / make amends through letters. So this seems very interesting. I debated between audio and the physical book, and I saw the physical book by Ollie's, and I was like, let's go. And then I got The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. I love this book. It's so cute. It really was. So I wanted to get a physical copy because I had already read it via Audible. And this one follows. So these people live in this world where like I want to say every year the people of this proctorate, they leave a baby for sacrifice in the woods to this witch every year. And every year the witch is like, what the fuck are these I'm sorry. Didn't mean to curse. Every year, luckily I have this not for kids. Every year, why are these people leaving the baby out in the forest to die? So every year she takes the baby and like travels through the forest and feeds them starlight, I guess, and like gives it to a nice adoptive family. But one year she does it and she accidentally feeds the kid moonlight. So she decides to keep her with her because she's going to have like all these powers. So anyway, one year, like many years later, another character comes into play. You get to see the child grow up. And a young man from the proctor decides that he's tired of this witch over here killing babies. Basically, is determined to end the witch. And that's how it goes from there. It was a very lovely story. I really enjoyed it. Hoping to reread it. And so I recommend it. And then we have Ace of Spades by Farda Abik Ahmed. This takes place in a private school, and it's about these two, and they become prefects, and they're very excited because it's going to look great on college applications. But what happens is somebody named Ace or whatever starts spilling all their secrets, and even though it was kind of bullying and slightly harmless, it becomes more like life-threatening as time goes on. So I'm very looking forward to this. And then another Ollie's buy. Oh, because when I get to Ollie's, I actually didn't buy as many books from Ollie's as I could have. Okay. And sometimes I regret it. But, you know, don't think about it. And then I have Gallant by B.E. Schwab. And this one follows this girl, and she kind of doesn't really know where she belongs in life, and all she really has of like family and stuff is her mother's journal, and she reads it all the time. But in the journal it always warns her not to go back home. And then she receives a letter from this place like that where her mom used to live, basically. And even though her mother's journal warns against it, she goes anyway, and they're like, we didn't send that letter. And then like there's like creepy like don't go through that door, and she has a weird cousin and who has dreams that no one wants to talk about, and it's like a bunch of mystery stuff. So I'm looking forward to this. And then I got Romeo and Juliet, a graphic novel from Goodwill right there. They have a lot of them, like of his works in graphic novel form, so if I like it, we'll see. And then I got Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. This one I had almost pre-ordered, and then I didn't, and then it's just sat in my list for a while, my wish list. And then I saw it went on sale for like $8, so I went ahead and got it during that time. So this one follows this girl who can remember all her past lives, and in every single one she's murdered before her 18th birthday. But in this life she has this sister who she really wants to stick around for and take care of that needs her, so she has to kind of figure out like this person who she's entwined with who kills her every time and not fall in love again apparently. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then another eBay find that I'm very excited about is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black in hardcover. This one was, I didn't buy this a long time ago, and then it kind of couldn't find it for a while in hardcover, and then I was just going to buy it in paperback because I wanted to read it, and then finally got it. This one takes place with Hazel and her brother Ben, and they live in Fairfield, which is a community where fae and humans live side by side, and they kind of grow up there, and they have like as a kids they kind of romanticize it. And then Hazel kind of grows out of that because there's always been this guy fae who is like in this glass coffin, and they kind of imagine themselves as his protector. And she's like, oh, he's never gonna wake up. Fast forward years and years, he wakes up, and she kind of is thrust into the protector night mode, and you know, love and all that shenanigans. So I'm really looking forward to this and seeing how it goes. And then we have Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, signed edition. This is start of pre-order. And three young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tingling like roots. One grows high, one grows deep, one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. It sounds very interesting. Because even when you read the synopsis, it has three girls from three different times, and we're going to see like how it all intertwines, because one takes place in 1532, one in 1827, and one in 2019. And they all take place in different parts of the world too, like Boston, London, and Santo Domingo de la Calzada. We're going to pretend I said that right, hopefully. Then the next book I pre-ordered, of course, was Sunrise on the Reaping. I haven't read it yet because I didn't want to be depressed. But I am before the movie comes out. And then the next two books, even though they didn't come out in the same month, I think they came out like a month apart maybe, was book 2 and 3. One is 4 Ruined Realms and 3 Shattered Souls by May Corlin. I didn't read 5 Broken Blades, which is the first book yet, but I'm really excited too. This they follow these 5 like different assassins who all have to kind of band together to try to kill the king. But part of the problem is, yeah, they can try to kill him and all that stuff and all that jazz, but at the end of the day, as they get closer to accomplishing their goal, it's like, really, who can you trust? Because only one of us can win the crown in the end. So I'm literally looking forward to that. And then the next book I got is the book that held her heart by Mark Lawrence. This is the 3rd book. Then I have The Summer War by Naomi Novak. I had pre-ordered this book, which I said, and it's like just a short story. It was so smaller than I expected. And it's about this girl, and she has a talent for magic on her. She discovers she has a talent for magic on her birthday, and it leaves her older brother after they have a fight, and she accidentally curses him to dooming him to a life without love. And it's about this journey of trying to undo that, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I heard it was good from somebody who also likes this author, so I'm looking forward to it. And then the last 3 on the pre-order list is The Court of the Dead, and this is the 2nd book in a Nick D'Angelo adventure by Rick Riordan. And then Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon, and this is the 3rd book in this Roots of Chaos series. And then we have Thief of Night by Holly Black. This is the 2nd book in her different adult series. And then moving on to more books. I found these at Marshall's as well. I don't know why they were in a separate. You know what's funny is that I got up to the top and I was like, I didn't know Marshall's had a book, because I had never seen a book before in Marshall's, but I noticed a girl carrying it, and so I was like looking around for something, and the lady was like, me either. So this one is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber, and it follows this lady who always who hunts down, like, reads, I guess, about a woman called the Professor. She teaches local legends and urban myths. And she believes in magic, and she hunts down one of the people from the story called the Watchman, who supposedly can tell you when you die. And she does find him, and the Watchman tells her that she is going to die at midnight tomorrow unless she finds an object called the Alchemical Heart and all that jazz. And then the story just kicks off. So I'm really looking forward to this. It was a great find. And then I also got from Marshall's our Catabase by R.F. Coing. And this one follows this girl, and she has one goal: to become one of the brightest minds in the field of magic and whatever and all that jazz. And she works with this professor at Cambridge who's like the greatest magician in the world, and then he dies in an accident that could possibly be her fault. Who knows, apparently. And then he's in hell now, and then she decides that she's going to go after him because she needs a letter of recommendation from him. But she's not the only one who thought of it. Like, another student who's kind of her rival also thinks about it, so they both decide, with Orpheus and Dante to guide them, to go to hell to get their professors. I'd be mad if I was in hell and somebody came up there for a letter of recommendation. I don't know why, it just throws me every time. But then, they either save him or not, but they have secrets in their past that they need to overcome for that as well. And so we'll see how well they work together. And then My friend's daughter, she didn't like The Fourth Wing. She didn't like this book. So I picked it up, and it was Hooked by Emily McCante, every night and straight on till morning. I like retellings, if you can't tell. This one is a romantic retelling between Wendy and Hook. So James, he's named James in here. So what happens is Hook and James and Peter are rivals, and Wendy is Peter's daughter. And so James decides to go after Wendy, like kind of as like revenge slash leverage, and then they kind of find themselves in this dark, passionate affair. I've been wanting to read this for a while, so I was like, hey, why not? Let's go for it. And then my friend, for my birthday, she got me this trilogy, My Fault by Mercedes. Ron, My Fault, Your Fault, Our Fault. And I really like I haven't read it yet, but I did like the movie, the original one in Spanish. And I just been hearing back and forth whether it was a great adaptation or not. So I just wanted to see for myself. So we're going to get to that. And I've been in a romance by the physical books mood lately. So that they're not always just on my Kindle, trying to buy favorites slash, ones that I find interesting when I can. So there we go. And then, last but not least, I got, during Christmas for myself, I got the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie and the Age of Madness trilogy by him as well. He's always been on my list to read, and so they had went down because I've been keeping an eye on them for a while, and I was just like, you know what? One went down to 20, one went down to 25, and I think they were also a part of buy two get one free during that time. So I just went ahead and YOLO. And the other thing I got with it was The Magicians, the complete series. One of my favorite shows. I love it. I had to make sure all the disc worked though, because if you buy the complete series, I wish if I had known, if I had saw it before I had purchased it, basically, I probably would have just bought the individual used copies on eBay, because the packaging is the most horrible packaging for DVDs that I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm still not over it. All the disc work though, because I made sure to watch every single one. And I might put them in different packaging later, buy some more like cases and just do that. But I just didn't want to go through returning it. It was more hassle than it was worth. But that's all the books that I have for you guys. You guys let me know if you guys have read any of these, if you recommend any of these, which ones you found the most interesting. Let me know, and I will talk to you guys again later. Bye.